See, Google Hangouts is live. Welcome, Jack.
Hey there. Good to see you, Brian.
What are you doing today?
I am heading to a photo shoot right now and then cycling across the city of Copenhagen.
Let's see your environment.
So today is all about the water and the boats. But you will notice that it is June whatever, and I'm still wearing a coat.
Yeah, that's true. This wasn't pre-recorded
Yeah.
months ago.
Exactly.
So what's the shoot today?
Today is a family, so it's actually it's kind of out of my norm because normally I'm trying to make these more the branding and storytelling, but this is a family I've known for years, and it's a surprise for his birthday party.
Oh, cool.
For his birthday, so I'm showing up at the dock, and we're gonna go out on a 2-hour sail here, and I'll just shoot their family on the boat and all that good stuff. They love, it's their favorite thing in the world is to go sailing. So
That's killer.
yeah,
Cool, man. Well, and of course, I'm sure you don't mind.
I love boats, and I love it when other people own the boats.
Yeah.
So what are you up to? It's like you're drinking my favorite beverage.
Yes, we are. I'm here in Woodstock, Georgia, about to meet with Doug Whitney from Woodstock. So about to meet him for a little bit, and then I'm heading down to Atlanta to meet with the next series of interviews you'll see on the blog are through an aspiring hip hop artist. And so I'm going to meet him for lunch because there's an idea we're cooking about doing a Atlanta hip hop show, a little different than any hip hop show that I've ever been to, but I've never been to one. So those who have been have said. So we're gonna go brainstorm that, and then heading back up for a couple more meetings. So it's gonna be a busy day.
Very cool.
So next week we'll be doing the show, but I'll be at Laguna Beach on my 10-year honeymoon. So next week I will be up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh!
Sitting on the little porch looking over the ocean next week. Actually, no, that'll be 2 weeks from now. Next week I'm in town, but the week after that. So I'm pretty excited.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
I'm shocked you're going to do the show with me when you could be hanging out with your lovely bride.
Well, she will not be up at 5 a.m. So
That's true.
That'll be cool. And I'll probably be up because, I'll still be on our time here, East Coast time. So nothing like sitting on a deck looking over some mountains and an ocean to think through the entrepreneurial chaos.
Oh, I love it.
So some of the things we talked about, what we know we needed to do when the next couple of shows, right? So we're going to keep these down to 15 minutes, 20 minutes max. We decided we want to do 3 to 4 minute segments, a quick intro, a quick outro. So we got to figure all that out. Obviously, the next piece is we need to really figure out what our pitch is.
Yeah.
What our messaging, what to call this thing. And you came up with this awesome analogy, and you were talking through number one, surfing, just because it's cool. So if we could find a West Coast surfer to join us on these, that would just be even way more legit. But this idea of sitting on the beach looking down, all you see is this glamorous, cool surfer, but when you get really close, you see all the scars and the bruises, and that's capturing the journey, the entrepreneurial fight. Celebrating movement. So to be honest with you, I haven't had much time to think over the past week. It's been really, really busy, but I was wondering if you've had anything that's came to you over the past week.
I think I've been equally as busy.
Yeah.
On stuff we're doing together. So that's been a little chaotic, but yeah, just keep going back to that. And, I keep thinking about, just that picture. Because I think those who are sitting on the yacht appreciate the others who are sitting on the yacht, but those who are aspiring to it, I still think they just need that. You don't want to be negative. It's not like we're going to do a entrepreneurialsucks.com
All right.
Although that would be interesting, actually. But I think it's time for some. I would just like to see some realism back into the whole conversation, and not overly real, but just enough to know you're not alone. You know, these guys got where they are because they've got the bruises and they've got the scars and they've got they failed. You know, we love those stories. We don't read the story of Walt Disney and think, oh, he made one film and that was it. He was successful. It's like, no, every time he turned around, he was about to lose it all, and he wasn't sure if it was going to make it. And, well, he was pretty sure, but no one else was sure if it was going to make it. You know, and so I think there's power in that.
Well, that reminds me, I got to tell you this story really quick since you're a Disney fan like me. So I interviewed a guy named Adam Pickett, and his interviews are coming out in the next couple of weeks too. He's part of a startup called My One Resource, and you'll see all the details when the stuff comes out. Anyway, the guy worked on the marketing team for Disney for 7 years.
Oh, cool.
And really cool guy. The interviews are really fun. I'm excited to share them. But he told me a story, and this story is in one of the interviews, but I got to tell it. He was talking about how when Disneyland first launched, you know, in some of their earlier phase, they had they went broke, and they had a decision to make, and people presented to Walt, we've got two options. We can keep the water running, or we can maintain the landscaping, but we can't do both. And of course, we all know that, you know, keeping everything looking beautiful was a very important ingredient from the beginning, because we would be like, who cares about weeds? But that was a huge deal. So what they did, and this is according to Adam, I'm probably butchering the story a little bit, but what they did is they went out and tied the weeds together and put Latin names for the weeds in front of it on little signs. So what it made it look like was this cool display of different types of plants. And he said their motto and their startup is don't forget the weeds. You know, we're going to have weeds. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be scary. It's going to be, you know, we're going to see that kind of stuff. So I thought that was a pretty cool story.
That is a great story. That's a really cool story.
From Adam. So, oh man, if let me go back to my notes here that we took last week. So we have, man, if we had a big audience, we could ask them what they want to call it, but we're show 2 and we still have 0 viewers. So, of course, we're not promoting this at all. Maybe we should promote it a little bit. But the entrepreneurial fight, you said realism, which is kind of cool. It's like you could do like start realism, which is play on the word start. Because starter studio, startup. I'm seeing a lot of different, since entrepreneurial is a mouthful, and entrepreneurial.
Yeah. And no one can spell it, including myself.
Yeah, it's now that I've typed it 1,000 times, I think I finally figured it out. So you know, like. And start realism is kind of interesting. It's like, what do you mean by that? You know, or you could say startup realism, and that would pull it in. But start realism is a little bit more fun because startup the word just pulls you into that very specific phase, you know, and some people may be in that phase or past that phase.
Right.
Start.
Yeah, because to me, it's all about. I mean, it's for anybody. It really isn't for the entrepreneur. It's just avoiding that word.
Yeah. I like realism is the definition is the attitude or practice of accepting a situation as it is and being prepared to deal with it accordingly.
And what's fascinating is I'm not a realist at all.
That is pretty funny.
At all. So. But I mean, I guess I am when it comes to the money part. Like nothing we ever dream of doing scares me until I start thinking about the finances. But, you know, walking up to people, pitching ideas, you know, telling someone, yeah, I can do that kind of shoot, but really having no idea what I'm doing prior to it. You know, having to go home and watch YouTube and Vimeo videos all day to learn how to do something. That doesn't scare me. I think it's fun. So I'm not a realist in that sense. But when it comes to, you know, am I going to end up living in Brian's basement, you know, the rest of my life? That scares me.
I mean, it's not a bad basement, so it's not too scary.
We could do our calls from the same room.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. So, gosh, what and some of you said you're just a good background.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at that! Look at all those empty seats. They need people like me there. So we got 2 minutes. You said you've been really consuming some podcasts, right? And we've got. I started listening to the what is it, Coffee and
Entrepreneurs and Coffee.
Yeah, Entrepreneurs and Coffee. Some of those names and titles, right? What are some of the other names and titles that you're following on podcast?
Right now, it's primarily Entrepreneurs and Coffee Relaunch, which is a great. It's another interview one. It's great. I'm listening to the Pat Flynn ones, but their names are. I mean, it's Ask Pat, which Tina's always like, "Are you listening to Ask Pat?" Like that sounds like something they do at the at the YMCA in San Francisco or something. But I mean, his is passive income or whatever. It's kind of more. Sorry if Pat Flynn's watching, but I doubt he is.
Yeah. He's not.
He's not. No. What are the other ones I'm listening to? Seth Godin's Startup School.
Yeah, that's an awesome one. So if we take it out of the subject of startup and success and all that kind of crap, and we really focus on just the people, right, and who they are and what they're trying to accomplish, and maybe we pull in that aspect of it. Like these are real people.
Right.
We don't want to call them dreamers. I mean, I like you said in your interviews, you said those who see opportunity instead of run from opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Or I loved the visualization you had when you said you walk down a street with a bunch of empty buildings, and instead of just seeing them as they should be torn down, or just this bad street, you see opportunities for every single individual building. That was a pretty cool visualization. I mean, we could do super dramatic and just be like the scars,
the scarred bruises,
the scarred ones. I mean, I think that's kind of cool. Like be a little dramatic in the bruises, but then some of the questions like, when's the last time you were scared? When's the last big bruise you got?
Well, and I like the term. I keep telling Tina, I'm like, so much what we are doing. I heard it years ago, but it's positive disruptions. We try to create those. I mean, you create those. That's what we do every time we meet with someone. We try to create a positive disruption that we shake their worldview enough that they see the need for whatever it is we're doing. I mean, that's what keynotes do. That's what they're supposed to do, at least.
That's pretty cool. I like that title.
So
now, are you willing to take that really cool title and name this 0 viewership show that really good title? That's the question.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could do like Brian's World, like the Wayne's World thing on the beginning of it until we get a few viewers.
That's true. That's true.
You could be Wayne, I'll be Garth. And
it's not a bad idea. All right, so we got 2. We're coming up on our time here, 17 minutes.
Because I think if we hold, I mean, I don't know about the podcast deal, but I think Positive Disruptions at some point could be a book as well.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a lot of things that we could do together that I'm about to lean backwards, by the way, and literally fall into the water.
That would be incredible.
That would make this go viral.
Yes.
That's the way to get viewers, for me to fall in the water.
Yep. That'll be the ingredient. Every show we have to do something incredibly stupid right at the end of it.
Incredibly stupid to me. That's how I get the bruises.
Yep. A little slapstick.
No, I think that's something worth thinking about. I think it's, because I think what we're asking people is what shook you, what did it do to you? When's the last time you've been scared? What'd you do about the disruption? It's all those types of questions really is what, because we're not pitching ideas, because we're learning from each other's response to a disruption.
Yep. What if we did something like bruises and cocktails? Right?
I think it's cool.
And you've got everyone's talking about the victory, and that's great. And we want to talk about victories, and we also want to talk what bruises led you to the cocktail. Bruises and cocktail. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Let's do it.
That's really cool.
All right, we'll marinate on that one. We'll give that one a week. Talk to your wife. I'll talk to my wife. We'll see what they think, since they're our biggest fans right now, or at least they're obligated to listen to us.
I was gonna say mine's not even watching.
Bruises and cocktails, something like that, because you could do scars and something else, right? Craft and something, but bruises and cocktails. That's pretty funny. I would at least go, what in the heck is that?
Exactly.
All right, man. So, dude, enjoy your shoot today. We'll catch up around getting prepared for your guys' trip to Orlando. I'm flying down Monday and flying back Friday. So.
Okay, perfect.
And then when y'all
let me know what days you're wanting to schedule shoots.
Yeah.
But we're planning on having family there that whole Monday through Friday to watch kids. So.
Sweet. That's awesome.
So.
All right, buddy.
All right, man.
See ya.
All right, bye.